Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, hello. We are getting all up in my business, as you can tell by the title. In my last video, I had touched on how I have been dealing with depression and how a lot of that had to do with the state of my health and things that I had been dealing with for such a long time. And I wanted to just come back on here. I'm doing a lot better now, and a large reason for that is because I've been implementing 3 new strategies, if you will, to help better improve my mental and spiritual health, or my mental and spiritual well-being. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. The first thing that I stopped doing was believing that praying alone was going to shift my circumstance. Now, we know that in the Bible there are certain scriptures like faith without works is dead and things like that, and I want to apply that to the place of prayer right now, because when it comes to my health, I do have faith, and I mentioned this in the video even, like I have a lot of faith that the Lord is going to come through and he is going to heal me. I know that God is a promise keeper, and I know that I haven't gone through what I've gone through for no reason. So I know that it's onto something. I know that there's a time and place for every season under the sun. But that doesn't negate the fact that I've still been dealing with depression and anxiety and a lot of stress and worry and doubt and all of these things, and they were beginning to take a ridiculous toll on me mentally, on me spiritually, and on me physically. That in and of itself had taken such a huge toll on me throughout my life. And I dealt with depression before. I've been healed from certain aspects of depression, I would say. However, I never really got around to dealing with the root of why I had continued to fall into this like deep despair and hopelessness. And something that I realized I had been doing, what I think, and this was more so subconscious, but something that I had been doing was I was praying from a place of anxiousness. And it didn't seem like that at first, but I was expecting the Lord to just completely remove everything, or that's what I was hoping for anyways. I was banking on the fact that God has the ability to miraculously heal me, and that's what I wanted. I didn't want to have to go through years and years of pain and suffering before receiving the promise. Nobody does, right? And so I think that in praying the way that I was, it was causing more damage than good, because when I would wake up the next day with a migraine, hopelessness came. When I would wake up the next day and I would be having body tremors, despair came. And I was just so sad. And it's normal to deal with depression and things like that when you have, strenuous health issues. I don't want to bypass that, and I'm not saying that everything is peachy and no, it's not. But I am doing a heck of a lot better. So the second thing that I started implementing was the relearning of what grace is. I am the kind of person that, for the most part, I can extend grace to everyone else, but I am so incredibly hard on myself. Like, it goes beyond being your worst critic. Like, if I didn't wash the dish, I would be like, Brittany, you're so stupid. Why can't you get this one thing right? And something that I've been learning in counseling even is just the fact that, like, sometimes when you deal with so many health challenges, and you have so many health risks and things like that, it's really hard for you to let go of control in the areas that you quote unquote should have control over, like keeping your home clean, or washing the dishes, doing the laundry, doing your hair, getting up, walking around, getting dressed. When you can't do those things, it, at least for me, and I know I'm not alone in this, it really can cause you to go into this downward spiral. And I didn't like that. It made me even more anxious, because I'm like, on top of my health that no one can figure out on top of all of these things that I'm dealing with that I have no answers to, here's another area of my life that I have completely lost control in. And so instead of giving myself grace and just saying like, Lord, I'm going to continue to surrender this thing to you, and I'm going to continue to lean on you and get my strength from you and your spirit and your presence, I was just like sitting in all of my worst fears, and I felt like there really wasn't any way to get out. The thing is, everyone is going to go through a hard season. Some people are going to experience certain kinds of pains more than others, and I have to give myself grace, because I can't sit here and compare myself to someone who is completely healthy, who can stay up until 5 a.m., get up, skip breakfast, eat Jolly Ranchers and Twizzlers all day, and be able to do 1,000,001 things. That's not me, and that's okay. And that ties directly into the third thing, which is that I am learning to embrace simple living. I am so used to being on the go all the time, every single day, nonstop. Past 4 years have been so hard and so draining because I never sat down. I would wake up, go to work, go to all of my classes, then go back to work, then go to the gym, then go do X, Y, and Z with either ministry or student organizations, then go back, study, do my homework, go to sleep, wake up, do it all over again. And there was never a season where I was really like, you know what, Brittany, let's slow down a little bit. Let's just sit and settle in what's actually happening, and let's learn how to not just deal with it, but let's learn how to overcome what you can in this area so that you can become more stable in your emotions, so that you can become well rested and more in line with what the Spirit of the Lord is trying to teach you. And oh my gosh, y'all, that was the hardest thing ever. I had wondered even why I had been in this season of rest. I'm still in the season of rest, but it started 4 years ago. And I would just ask the Lord, like, why am I still here? You know, why is it that you're still working? Like, you're still telling me to sit down, or you're still telling me not to do this, or you're still trying to get me to learn new meanings of rest even. I had thought that I'd accomplished it. But looking back on it, what the Lord had been doing was preparing me for this season all along. He knew that if everything came crashing down at once, I probably would have lost my mind. But little by little, he started gradually pulling me away from things so that I would just have more time to sit like by myself with no one else around, because you know it forces you to really just face the music. And even though I'm not 100% better, and I can't say right now that I am completely healed, the Lord's promise has been unfolding for years in my life, and he has been healing me slowly but surely. There was a point in time in my life where I almost did not graduate high school because I was failing. I had missed so many classes because I had ridiculous migraines every single day. I could not get up. I could not get dressed. I couldn't sit here and talk to a camera. I was in bed every single day. And now it's like I wake up. Yes, there are some months where the pain is real. There are some times where it's scary and it feels like the things that I thought I overcame are coming back. But what has changed is spiritually my ability to lean on the words of Jesus. It all, like, another thing that's changed is the fact that when I work out now, it takes away the headache. Even if it's just for a few hours, those little things are showing me that I am indeed being healed and I am indeed experiencing breakthrough, even if it's not in the way that I thought I should receive it. So I just want to encourage anyone who, you know, is in that space and they're like, dang, I really have to sit here and face the mental and spiritual challenges that I have been enduring. I get it, but it's better to do it now than to have to continue repeating the same cycles, because God is going to keep bringing that thing back up until you let him in. I'm telling you guys, like, it's better to just sit in the place of rest and ask the Lord to give you his peace. I pray that you decide to surrender this area of your life to the Lord, because ultimately he will meet you exactly where you are and he'll give you everything that you need. So until next time, bye guys.